Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Yvette with Yvette's Junk Journal Shop on Ko-fi. In today's video, I'm going to do a tutorial here. I received a paper pack here, 6x6. It's called Serenity, and I was gifted this from BREDS, which is a Amazon store, and they asked me to try this paper pack, or I had my choice of which one to select, and I did select this one. I like the fall theme, and then you'll see as we look at the papers why I picked this one. They have several different packs available. This is the one that I chose to work with, and then I'm going to show you a project that I made, and then I'm going to take you through the process for you to make the project. So I was inspired to make these little 7-pocket layered pockets, and I saw a video on 7 Plaza. It's the Day 82 6x6 project, and so I really liked the idea of it and did my own little twist on it. So I'll go through these in just a moment, but first I want to go through the actual pack that I got from BREDS on Amazon. So I did cut off a portion of this to use in the little project there. So this is the cover page, but as you can see, you could cut these out and they'd make really cute little hang tags is what I thought about. I'm going to use the rest of this pack to make a paper bag journal, and then I'll show you that in a future video. So you get 12 different designs, 2 sheets of each, so 24 total, and I have all but one here to show you because in my sample here you'll see that these middle pockets are made out of the same pattern, and I accidentally did that. I was going to choose another pattern so that I had one of each of the 12, but anyway, it's this little polka dot one here that is the one you won't see, but that is included in the kit. So let's go ahead and look through here. So as you can see, the pages are really nice. I like that it's all layered up, ready to go. So you'll see in this project that I really didn't do a whole lot to make the little tags and different things that I tucked into the pockets. So we got some florals and background page here. This was really fun to work with because I just cut it out and it worked out great. This portion here, you could use the bottom part for part of this project. You could use the upper part. And then, as you can see there, a collage page that's really fun. You could even cut out some of these smaller items and stick those in the pockets as well. So I thought these would be really cute in a journal or even as like a happy mail or a gift. So this was one of the pages that I was going to use in place of the little polka dot, and I didn't. So that one comes with it. And then this here, you'll see him, this little owl in part of it. You'll also see the little squirrel. I also use this element and this one here. And I pretty much used most of this page in the little pockets. This one as well, same thing. You'll see some of these little images. So you could just cut this out and it's ready to go. So here are the background pages. As you can see here, I've used this kind of swirly floral here, and then this polka dot one in the middle, which I didn't accidentally use, like I said, and then this one on the outside here. So we're going to use these today to make the base for the 7 pockets. And then I've gone ahead because I figured you guys could either know how or find a tutorial on how to make simple little tags or journal cards. So I do have these all set to go. Now the measurements on these for the pockets, I just fit them in how it looked best in the pocket. So there's no like set dimension on these, but I have these in the order, and then I'm going to decorate these up a little bit before we put them in the pockets, and you'll see how that's going to go. So as you can see, I just cut the paper out, put a little bit of stamping on here and there, but basically it's just the pages just do their own thing and it looks great. So let's go ahead, before I go through what items you're going to need, I'd like to go through and show you the actual pocket here. So the first one I'm going to start at the top because I found they're easier to take out from the top, because I did put these all on manila folder. So you'll see that on the back of all of them. It gives them a little bit stiffer. I found it easier to fit them into the pocket and out without bending the paper. So this one I've done inking on all of the cards. I didn't do a whole lot of inking on the base. And I've got a stamp on here, did my little drawing, and then on the back I've got my hand-drawn stitches on there. And I just did some stamping on this one. So that whole background was there. I just put the stamps over the top of it. You'll see here the little squirrels, so that just was ready to go the way it was. And then I did my messy stitching on the back, hand-drawn stitching. And then you'll see my bee stamp there. Little owl up there in the corner, he's really cute. And I like little white buttons, so of course I have those on there. Little key stamp. So there's all those. Now we're going to put these back in from the top down, because like I said, I just found that that's easier to do. So real quick here, let me go through that. I'll stick them back in here for us. And just layer it up. So you'll see here too, I have Edith Holden book pages that I used. I could have used, I missed a pocket, I think. I could have used those, you know, on the actual item, but I wanted to use those so that these kind of look like tab file folders is kind of my idea with that. So let's try this again here. There's our pocket there. This one here. That one there. There we go. And you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos, I like little white buttons, and I like to leave the threads hanging out so it's kind of messy looking. So I'll quickly go through this one here. Again, we've got a little layered up card. I mean, that's just beautiful the way it is. I like the paper. I did some stamping on this one as well. And then there's our little owl friend. Again, just layered all that up with some stamps. And the background page just automatically makes it cute. I put a little today on there, wrote that on there. And then this little guy here. So again, I'm going to reverse these so it's easier to put back in. All right. Start at the top there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I found putting the tabs on the pages helped me to find the pockets a lot easier. So there they are completed. So again, we're going to need 2 6x6 to make the base, and then however you want to make your tags. I'm going to go through what we need here. I missed one thing. I've got my Edith Holden tabs here, so I forgot about those. Let me grab out some of those. Sorry about the bag sound. So we're going to need some of those. And then I have these little gems. I have a whole jar of those, so I have pre-selected over here these green ones. I have a little stamp. I got these little old vintage price stamps, and my grandson helped me stamp the numbers on here. I have a corner puncher for the tags, and then I have my little stamps here that I've picked out and selected. I have this little piece of lace that I got in a pack from Melody. She is a supplier in my shop, and I got that in a pack that I was gifted from her. And then I've got the little white buttons here. Now I also use, let me grab it here, I use like a cotton embroidery thread, that's what I use for my buttons. I like to finish all my buttons off with thread if they have thread already in them. Let me see if I can find one here. I know I used one. This one here already has the thread in it, so I like to leave that in there if the vintage thread is in it, or even a remnant of it. I think it just gives it a little bit better look. So as you can see here, this little guy has some thread in there, and I'll just leave that one. These ones that don't have any thread, I'm going to add my messy thread on those. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move this out of the way so that I have it. I do have a paper punch here, but that's not part of my thing because it's holding up everything behind my desk, being honest. So here's ink. We're going to need that to go around the edges of the cards, which I've already done, so you don't have to watch me do that. And then I've got some glue. I use Fabri-Tac on pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and get started. If it has a pattern, you're going to want to follow that pattern. This one does have writing on it, but I used it here, and when you flip it up, the writing is upside down, but it's very obscure, so you're not going to be seeing that. So again, you can go to a more detailed video on how to make this at 7 Plaza, and I'll put a link in the description box to her video as well. So we're going to take this, and you want to make sure that you're working on the edge. So I'm going to turn it this way just because it's easier for me. And she measured, I just went up about between a quarter, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch maybe. I'm really bad at measuring. So the main thing is you want to make sure that both of them are the same width, so that when you layer up your pocket, it's the same width. So I'm just going to take this one. This one, the pattern doesn't matter which way you go because it's 6 by 6. Whatever will work. I just lined it up like this, and that's how I got my measurement. So basically, you're making this little gusset on the side so that you can put your glue on there, and then it gives the pocket a little bit more room. Okay, one thing you want to do is make sure that when you're gluing it, you don't glue too close to this raw edge, because that's going to get down into the inside of the pocket and then you won't get it open. So I put it mostly on the outside. Again, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I am glue happy. So you probably don't need as much glue as I use, but now she folded it and then did this, but I just went over to the edge like this. And Fabri-Tac gives you a little bit of time, so you want to make sure that you're pushing that all the way up to the corner there. And the same over here like this. And then what I do is just hold it down and use my finger first, and then come back in with my bone folder. So basically you've got a little pouch here. Okay, we're going to do that again on this one. Hope I'm making sense. So let's get a little bit of glue on here, and then again I just fold this over, bring it up to that line, and it is hard to see sometimes because you're pattern on pattern, so I just get it up close to where I can see it, kind of use my fingers to dial it in, and then hold on to it, push it down, and use my bone folder. Make sure that we're still straight. There we go. Okay, so once you get that done, you should have two little like cylinders, or you know, little pouches. Okay, then what we're going to do, you need to decide which one you want to have on the outside and which one you want to have on the inside. So I'm going to put this one on the outside and on the inside, I'm sorry. And what you're going to do is fold this up, and you're going to leave, and I did not measure this. I left, it's probably about an inch. So I just fold that up and you crease it here. Now, if you want to put a notch in here, I did put a notch in all of these. I did it after I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. And I only want to do the front portion. So I just have this little paper punch here. I don't have a whole lot of paper punches, so I use what I have. And again, Margaret on 7 Plaza, she measured all of hers. I don't do a lot of measuring, just because it messes me up actually more than if I don't measure. So this was pretty straightforward. And you can put some ink on there. I just went down inside like this so that it has a little bit of ink in there. If you are more particular about how you want that to look, you could definitely make it your own. And then what we're going to do here is you're going to put glue on each side here. And again, you don't want to go too far in on that because you don't want your tags to stick and you want to have room for them to fit in there. So just fold that up and then press it down really good so that make sure you're lined up on the edges. And so we've created these 2 inner pockets here. And then what we're going to do is come over here. And this one, you're going to come like this is how I measured it. And then I'm just going to fold this up like that. So you kind of want your pockets the same height. If they're not exactly the same, that's not a problem. I'm sure if you measured it, it would be much more accurate. But like I said, I'm not much of a measurer. Okay, and then we got to make this a really crisp mark here. Now what I found too is this paper is a little bit thicker. So as you can see, it's got a little reveal at the top. And again, if you just use your ink on that, it should cover that up enough that it's not going to be too noticeable. Like this. And then we're going to put a notch up here at the top of this one. And I found if you squeeze the side a little bit, you can fit that punch in there a little bit better. And again, we'll give it a little ink in there to cover any mistakes, right? Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is take this pocket. Oh, I forgot to put these on. Okay, here we go. I did this on the other one too. We're going to just take this tab, put your glue on there, and the tab, the way I did it, is it goes on the back of the pouch here, like this, kind of centered over the center punch. And just decide which side you want. These are punched out of an Edith Holden book, so my friend Karen has the whale tail punch, and I had the Edith Holden pages, so I gave her some, and then she punched them out for me, and I gave her a couple extra for herself, so worked out nice. So this is easier, obviously, to do before you have the sides glued, but I'll show you that on the next part here. Slide that down in there. All right, so let's do this the right way. And you can even use the pretty images from the Edith Holden page on there. So I think I'll use that on the front this time. And we just put that right in here. Line up your tab. Okay, and then I need one more, and I think I'll do another floral, so I have floral at the top and bottom, words in the middle. Okay, glue that up. And then again, that just slips in the top there. For those of you who make tutorials, you probably understand it's much easier when you're making this off camera. All right, so the next part is this is going to slide in here like this. So as you can see, now we have a little pocket just like this one. So I like to glue this part down first. And over here. You don't need to glue the bottom. You could if you want, but Margaret doesn't do that, and I didn't find it necessary either because the bottom part's going to fold up over that, so it's an automatic locked in kind of thing. Okay. Just push that down really good. Make sure you're still lined up. And then the last part is to glue this part right here for our bottom pocket. One of the things that I found was keeping this pocket flush with the crease at the bottom is important as you're folding that up and getting that in place. Okay, so there we have that. So cute. All right, so the next part is have a little bit of that lace. So what I did, I just put a little bit of glue on there because this isn't real heavy and doesn't need a whole lot, and it's Fabri-Tac, so it's going to stick well. And I just put that across, and then I had this little tag, so we'll put that on. I like things not always square, so that works for me. Be really cute to put a little button on there as well, which we might do in a minute. Okay, the next thing is these little gems, and as you can see there's one on each pocket on each side. So I'm just going to pop these on really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and do some doodling on the tags while this dries up, and then we'll go ahead and put the tags in and you guys will see the finished project. So I really enjoy this pack. I like the images on it. If you've watched my channel at all, you know I like woodland and floral and all kinds of different things, but I tend to use florals in even like my boho journals or things like that. I'm very much into floral, woodland, botanical. So got a little too much glue on there. So I don't want you guys to spend too much time today watching me glue things, but it is part of the process, so bear with me. And I do have a pair of tweezers, though I don't use them with little things like this. I've seen people use them and they can do it, but I'm not so good at that. All right. Next one here. And our last one. So that just adds a little bit of dimension. So Margaret used something different on there. She used some BREDS, and she was talking about some Nouveau drops or something you could use on there. I don't have those things, so I used what I have. So as you can see, the Edith Holden page just adds a little bit of, you know, finesse to it. So while that's going to dry, I'm going to go ahead and do a bit of doodling on my tags here. So let's see. You know, something like that, I wouldn't really do much on the front. On the back, I'll do my little, I don't know, I call these floral vines or whatever. Okay. And then this one, we can just kind of go around the edge with a little bit of writing. On the back, I can do like little journaling lines, so they look like they're stitched on there. Messy stitching. And then when I have lines like this, I just kind of like to go down those here and there, so it looks like I've stitched on those lines. And then this one, we can go around the edge too. I just used a brown pen on this because I didn't really want a whole lot to show up. It depends on what style you were going to do. You could do a colored pen on there or different colors. And again, we'll just do some zigzag stitching on here. Then maybe do a little bit on the back. And it's harder when it's dark like that. This one will do a little zigzag around this, maybe down here. Another thing I like to do is just do a couple of dots and some zigzags. Okay, so our little pouch here, our tag holder should be dry. Let's go ahead and pop these in there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Isn't that so cute? So there's our 3 little pouches. Like I said, I will be using these. What I would like to do, I'm going to use one of them in my paper bag journal. And then I have 100 people who have subscribed to my Ko-fi shop. And so I'm going to be doing a giveaway with one of those for that. And then I've reached almost 1,200 people on my channel as subscribers. So go ahead and comment at the bottom of this video, and that will put you into the drawing for one of these little pouches. So again, I'm going to be doing one for my Ko-fi, so you'll want to go to my Ko-fi shop and send me a comment there so that I know that you are subscribed to my Ko-fi shop, and then go ahead and put a comment on here, and that will get you in the drawing for my 1,200 subscriber on my YouTube channel. So 2 little giveaways that'll be coming up. I'm going to run that through October 20th. I'll have a drawing and we'll pick a winner. So come back to my channel and check out this fun project. You guys, please check out 7 Plaza again for her detailed instructions on how to make these. And then also check out BREDS on Amazon. So thank you so much for watching. I'll put the link to the paper kit that I used in the description box, so you guys will have access to that and know exactly which one I used. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.